Hello Taurus, it's Yvonne from the Aussie Goddess, here to do your weekly read from the 11th to the 17th of November. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It continues to grow. I continue to get more personal readings. It's been lovely connecting with so many of you and being part of your life. I have had some amazing readings and very glad to be able to do them all over the world, which is so cool. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to have you on board. Please subscribe, and if you find that the reading doesn't resonate for your sun sign, you can always check out your moon, your rising and your Venus, which sometimes will resonate. Sometimes all four of them resonate. So and also if you have something really dominant in your chart. Now I am taking personal readings. You can get a reading just like the one you see here on YouTube. So if you're interested in any of those things, you can visit my website at www.theaussieggoddess.com. That's right, isn't it? And all the readings and everything are available on my website. Okay, let's get cracking with your reading. After Tarot are the cards I'm using by Julia Massaglia. And I'll pull you a card from the fortune reading deck. Very nice. You know, I've seen a lot of the Chariot today. And I get that because we're about to come out of Venus retrograde, which is not a good time for things like relationships with people, whether they be love relationships or not. The Venus talks about the Venus. Oh my goodness. The Chariot talks about moving forward very quickly, but it's more about moving forward with determination and power, really understanding what direction you want to go. It's like you've got it. You know, when you get that moment, you go, right, I've got it. I know what I need to do and I'm on my way. So that's where you're at this week. Okay, so first card out is the Devil. Now, the Devil is a card that can represent many different energies. And I'll talk about it in conjunction with that Chariot in a moment. But the Devil can talk about lust. It can talk about codependency, which I find comes up a lot with the Devil. It can talk about knowing a Capricorn. It can also talk about addiction, being tied to something. And what else it comes up for a lot for me is about ego. So with the Chariot card up front there, I think either you are moving away from this energy or you are making a concerted effort to understand how your ego plays in things. You know, not operating from who you truly are, you're operating from who you were taught to be. So sometimes with this card, when we talk about things like codependency, it's about being able to let that go to move forward. And understanding what codependency means. Now, if you're dealing with someone who's quite narcissistic or you're dealing with someone who has an addiction, then the Chariot says to me this week you're moving on from this. Okay, so we have an Ace of Pentacles coming up here, and the Ace of Pentacles talks of you know, starting something new, being offered an opportunity from the universe to to move forward on something that's really stable and beautiful. And I feel like with this energy here, if you're moving away from something that has not served you in the past, it's like with the Chariot and the Ace of Pentacles now, you're able to recognize what this is and move forward. This is actually really nice. Because I feel like in the past it's caused a lot of conflict for you, and you may have had to cut people out of your life because of this codependent energy or this addictive energy, and move forward. So I really like that because you have been doing what you needed to do in order to free yourself from this energy, whatever this energy is. Okay, now this is brilliant because what this tells me is that by freeing yourself up from this energy and choosing to move forward here and cut out what no longer serves you, you've brought this balance back into your life that perhaps you didn't get before. This card talks about equal give and take. Now, I'm not talking about give and take when we're talking about doing the washing and vacuuming. You know, that's not give and take in a household. What we're talking about with give and take is an equal giving of emotion. So what's been happening, if you've had codependent relationships, it's because one or the other person has been putting in a lot of love and care, and the other person's measuring that based in what they think is right. But what this is talking about is balancing your heart and head to understand how in a relationship things have to be give and take at a deeper level. This is about understanding the other person, being able to understand whether they are actually capable of being able to give and receive love. Maybe you're the one that's been finding that difficult in the past, but definitely a call here to have an equal give and take. Okay, and then we have the Three of Cups here. Now, the Three of Cups can mean different things here. It's overlaying the Devil card. So for some of you, this may have been about you moving on from a three-party relationship or a third-party relationship, because the Devil can talk about lust. So either you're moving on and having a new start after moving away from some sort of narcissistic energy. Maybe you found out that they were cheating on you. Or it could be that you're moving away from something that you've been addicted to. And it could be alcohol with these cups here. Okay, so we have the Star here, which is really nice because you're now following the path you were meant to follow. And perhaps before the Chariot, Ace of Pentacles, you were not doing what you should have been doing, because I see you now cutting out that what doesn't serve you and understanding the equal give and take in relationships, because you definitely got a brand new start here and able to put down this Devil energy. I really like this because it's saying to me that you have kept your hope and faith, and you understand the universe will give you what you need. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man here. So I would say that there's a good chance you've been enlightened here. Somehow or another you've actually received something, especially with this Star here. You've received something that's woken you from your dream state. You've woken from your ego. I like this a lot. Nice reading. Because the Hanged Man talks about going inside to look at things from a different perspective. And maybe you've been forced to do this due to some sort of breakdown here, because you have got this Chariot, Ace of Pentacles moving you forward, and you are discovering how to cut things out of your life. You may have been cutting out the codependency because you've got this beautiful, beautiful energy here of this Six of Pentacles. Very nice. And look at this. Oh my goodness. Temperance. A lot of major arcana here. Big changes for you, Taurus. Big changes. Big changes to the way you think, the way you understand. You've just been enlightened. You've awakened to something. I want to get into it more, so I'm going to try and push it along a little bit. But the Temperance card talks the same way as this Six of Pentacles. It's about bringing balance into your life. And it could have something to do with a earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. But then you're a Taurus, so it could be that this is you. This is you doing this, bringing this balance in for yourself. And look what you're rewarded with. This is about, I think, about self-love. I think this is about understanding love, because you've got temperance, balance, understanding the equalness of both. Okay, recap. I feel like with this Chariot up the front that you're moving forward, and the Ace of Pentacles tells me you're moving forward. You've also got the Ace of Hearts and you've got the Star here, which all talk about moving forward on a path that's meant for you rather than trying to go on the path where you've been. I feel like you've either been stuck in your ego and now you've enlightened yourself through the Hanged Man, and you've definitely brought in balance. There's a celebration here. It could be that you've given alcohol away and you've worked on reforming yourself. The Hanged Man tells me that you've been able to go inside and understand what you're doing. You could have been acting from ego, or you could have been dealing with someone that was acting from their ego. I'm not sure that everybody understands the ego concept. But this is about understanding your true feelings, going deep inside and feeling what's in your heart, not what you think, not responding to things from a mental perspective, like feeling it, understand what you're feeling. Because I feel like here you're thinking too much, or you've been thinking too much in the past. You've definitely cut out some sort of behavior, habit, or negativity in your life, and you're able to move forward now. And I love this because this says to me, and with the star card, look, and with the star card like that, and I've got the Hanged Man on one side, this is like you've really found how to love, or you've understood love, or you've understood love for someone else, or love for yourself. But there's definitely this feeling here that you've discovered something deep inside of you that you didn't know what it was before, and now you're getting it. So you may have been all defensive and protective in this Five of Swords with your ego, but now you've stopped and you've been able to look deep inside yourself and understand codependency and narcissism without a doubt. The narcissistic stuff I think you've really started to get. So somehow or another you've transformed. I love it. I really love it. It's beautiful reading. Transformation. Oh my goodness, transformation. My readings are so on point today. Okay, so we have the card of Phoenix, and it says be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. Perfect. Taurus, perfect. Have a wonderful week. Well done. Good work. Thanks for watching.